What's up, y'all? This is the Triple Bogey Podcast, joined today by Briar and Ethan and a very special guest, Jaden Rye.
What up, y'all? Thanks for having me.
So Jaden, super glad to have you here. We're here to ask you about college nationals. So if you don't know, Jaden Rye is the singles national championship this year for college disc golf. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes, clap it up for him.
Thank you.
His no par Final 9 was great to keep up with. So tell us a little bit just about the college season, just from starting with signing with Emporia State to where you are now.
Yeah, well, it basically started last year at Nationals. Right after Nationals ended, Eric McCabe hit me up and was like, "Hey, yo, you want to come get your master's here next year?" Because I was technically a senior last year, but still had 3 classes, 9 credits that I needed to finish after my last spring semester. So I was going to do it in the summer, but then originally told EMAC no to grad school, and then he kind of kept on pushing. A couple of the guys actually came and stayed with me for an 8 year in Texas, and I told them about my few classes that I still had to complete to finish my undergrad, and then they were like, "Yo, dude, wait, just come take those online here." And so then EMAC heard about that and then started asking me again about it, and was like, "Yo, dude, we can pay for your last few classes. Come here, take them online. You don't even have to be in Emporia." And that was kind of my biggest thing about saying no to grad school was I wanted to jump out on the road, wanted to do all that kind of stuff, and did not want to be in Emporia all the time. And so yeah, then next thing you know, made that happen and got enrolled there, and I'm taking my last few classes that I need to graduate for my undergrad through Emporia State, and that's saving me a crap ton of money.
Absolutely.
Whereas if I stayed at UMHB, it probably would have been another $7,000. And so literally for that, that reason alone, that was kind of the main reason why I came back to college disc golf and decided to roll with that. So, and then from there, I played 1 conference event for them this spring, just because I enrolled in this semester alone. And then once I played the 1 conference event, that was the only one that I was home for, that was during our off season. And then I've been on the road literally the entire year, hitting Pro Tour stuff, and then was already in the Carolinas and stayed there for college nationals, and then played that last week.
I'm mostly impressed that you were able to say no to Eric McCabe for that long. One of the greats of the game.
It was definitely hard, and I thought about it for a long time, because I was like, shoot, well, free grad school, because they were going to pay for it all, which with Emporia State definitely helps because their classes aren't super expensive, and so they're able to offer full rides or most of the school and everything paid for because the classes aren't expensive. But still, I thought about it for so long and was like, dang, dude, is this what I'm supposed to do? And thought about it long, hard, prayed about it a lot, and like I said, ultimately ended up going with no, and was like, all right, well, maybe if I'm supposed to do it, then other things will come through. And then next thing you know, like I said, boom, had to finish my classes at some point, and then Eric came back and started pestering me again to join him, and I finally just caved and said yes.
Yeah. So you don't know this, but Briar and Ethan are huge dynamic and nerds, and they love Eric McCabe.
Oh, I love every single EMAC disc that has come out. I have protos, I have first runs. He's one of my favorite players of all time. I love the guy. So I'm I putted with EMAC judges for most of the time that I've been playing disc golf. So
yeah, no, he's a fantastic guy. Not only a great disc golfer, but just a fantastic man off of the course as well. And it was a blast to be able to work and play with him this whole semester. So that was a ton of fun.
So at what point on your Final 9 did it come to realization that you were going to win the whole thing? Because I don't know if y'all know this, but this man he started with a bogey on 1, and then went 7 straight birdies. And it's only Final 9 in college disc golf.
Yeah. I mean, oh shoot, I like barely got like sleep that last night because I was like, this is it. I lost last year and was so close, but at the same time, never thought I was going to get a chance. And then next thing you know, crazy enough, actually was in a chance to win it again this year. Like I said, I wasn't planning on being here. And so I was definitely nervous on that first hole and kind of wobble shanked my second shot out of bounds. And you'll see it on coverage whenever that comes out on Gatekeeper. But after that, kind of got the nerves out of the way. And then at that point, I was like, all right, let's go. Play your game, commit, and don't be tentative. Like, don't be lackadaisical. Just commit to everything. And that's when I kind of just started reaching like a flow state almost. And I just could not miss. Like the bamboo hole, I literally threw my shot into the ground probably 15 feet in front of me with a zone short of like the little concrete like cauldron kind of thing, and it skipped over it and all the way up to the bamboo. Like it was such a bad shot, but I got so lucky to even have a putt and then drilled that, and I was like, this is it. So probably after the fourth hole was when I was like, all right, things are going good, and if I keep doing this, nobody's catching me.
You talked about nerves and a bit of a selfish question. Sorry, boys. But I mean, these two guys have played with me at tournaments, rated rounds. I mean, I can go out like on a casual round and be fine. But if I play that same round in a tournament, it's like a 5-stroke difference. Like,
Yeah.
how do you manage those nerves on that kind of big stage of college disc golf nationals or in pro tour events? Like, how do you manage those?
Dude, I mean, whenever I get nervous, like, yeah, my heart's beating, and like a lot of people kind of cave under that, but I love that feeling, and I strive for that feeling. Like, I've played sports my entire life, and you know, whether it was soccer, I was a goalie, and, you know, it came down to, like, the last-minute save or a PK save in a shootout. Like, I loved having, like, the spotlight on me in high-pressure situations and being able to execute. And so with disc golf, you know, it's obviously a single sport, or at least in, like, the single side of this aspect. It's, you know, it's you and you only controlling what happens. And I love that feeling of just being able to commit and execute, like, you know, perfect shots under pressure. And I mean, whenever my heart is beaten, like, that is what I strive for each and every week, whether it's, you know, collegiate stuff or on tour. And I think the biggest thing for me, like, as far as how I kind of deal with it, is one, just reps. I mean, going through a routine and being able to stick to that same routine, no matter, like, you know, what the circumstance is, helps so much, because it's like, all right, hey, it all kind of starts with a deep breath for me, and it kind of just clears my head, like, you know, relaxes the body, and then from there, I've done that routine over and over and over 1,000 plus, hundreds of thousand plus times, and so it's kind of just like muscle memory. And then I know, like, along with that, I literally just kind of start singing songs in my head. And so one of the biggest ones that I kind of always sing is just Danger Zone. Because I'm just kind of singing and literally quoting, don't think, just do. And that's kind of like my motto on the course is don't think, just do, and breathe, go to work. And yeah, that's how I play disc golf in high pressure situation moments.
Okay, it's funny he says that because I putt with a song in my head, but mine's a much different vibe. I hit the chorus of "Play That Funky Music, White Boy."
Genuinely, that's what I do, because it kind of loosens me up. It's like, okay, play it, because, you know, like,
It's goofy. We're playing
disc golf in the woods, but
Yeah,
stick to it, man.
Okay, the second he mentioned soccer,
Oh my
y'all knew I
gosh.
was going to have to ask this. I'm a soccer coach. That's like my job. I have to ask, what's your club team?
Oh, all right. So my club team is definitely Liverpool.
I can respect that.
I played for Liverpool growing up for, I think it was 7-8 years, something like that. And so, yeah, they were the team that I was like, oh, yo, I play for Liverpool FC
Yeah.
America. So, like, I'm going to go watch and pay attention to them. And so that was definitely my team. But then my last 2 years I played for Solar. But I wouldn't consider them my team. Liverpool's definitely my team.
This interview was going to go very differently if you had said Arsenal, because I'm a Tottenham fan. And so I was really hoping that you weren't going to say Arsenal or Chelsea. So I'm glad you said Liverpool.
Yeah, no, that's why I wanted to start it off with the Liverpool, because I was like, if I start off with Solar, like Chelsea, then, and then flip it, it could go many different ways. But no, Liverpool is definitely my team.
I can respect that.
Thank you.
So it seems like you enjoyed your college disc golf experience enough to at least go back one more time. So what do you wish more people knew about college disc golf? Because I'd say it's still relatively small, and a lot of people don't actually pay a lot of attention to it.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, dude. The main reason why I wanted to go back and do this whole college disc golf thing again was simply because it's just different. It's so different from your typical normal tournaments. I've played pro tour events pretty much ever since I got into disc golf. My first tournament was in 2020, the end of 2020. My first pro tour event was March of 2021. I've played, obviously each year it's been more and more, but I've played those kind of tournaments for the past 6 years, 5 years, and just something about the team aspect of it all, tying it all in, just makes it so much more enjoyable. Coming down the stretch on Saturday, whenever we were in the lead, in the teams thing, I don't think my heart has ever beat so fast and so hard out of my chest than it did the last probably 4 holes coming down the stretch in that team round. The singles thing, I was a little nervous that first hole, but then after that I kind of settled in and just, like I said, kind of reached flow state and just kind of kept playing and got my rhythm. But with the team aspect, it's so different because you're only throwing every other shot, and you got to rely on your teammates and your other people to succeed. And every throw that I threw, every putt that I putt, it mattered so much to the other guys that was wearing the same jersey as me. And it's just a completely different feeling than any other pro tour tournament or A-tier or anything that I've ever played. It took me back to soccer my freshman year of college. That was the last time that I played a team sport, and it just took me back to that. I had so many emotions kind of running through my head, those last few holes coming down the stretch, and then ultimately when we ended up blowing our 3-stroke lead and ended up losing by 1, I was sitting down on 18s. It's all right.
I don't think any of us were.
Hey, that's part of what happened this week. The single title was super cool, and to be considered a national champion, nobody's ever gonna be able to take that away from me, which is so sick. But I would trade that and 10 more singles titles. I know that's not even possible because we only have 6 years of eligibility, but I would trade that in a heartbeat to get 1 team title to share it with those guys this week. I was only there with them for a year, and I've known those guys like Carter and Tyler for probably 2.5 years or something like that. TJ for probably only a year. But the bond that we had was just insane. And I can't imagine going to a place for, I guess I can because I was at Mary Hart Baylor for 4 years. But going to a place like that for 4 years and being with those same guys for long periods of time and getting to that position and to be able to share that with those guys is just such a surreal feeling and experience. And so this whole week was just incredible. And like I said, I'd trade anything to get that team title for those guys because my heart was legit just shattered into pieces whenever we ultimately ended up losing it on the last hole. But props to the Milligan guys. Those dudes earned it. They threw a ton of clutch shots coming down the stretch, and they're all just amazing people off the course as well. We battled with them our first team round and our last team round, and we were so close that I honestly felt like teammates with them. It was kind of hard to root against them. It was just who's gonna play better kind of thing. But no, it was such a great time. The community in the disc golf world, like the college disc golf world specifically, is just incredible. And I'm so happy that I went back this year because, like I said, to begin with, it's just such a different feeling than any other sport. And I would highly suggest anybody listening to this, watching this, whatever, do whatever you can to get to college and get plugged into college disc golf because it is a whole different ball game. And like the community that you find in it and the bonds that you make with your teammates is just on another level. So
that was one thing that I kind of wanted to highlight going into this is all three of us went to East Texas Baptist and you went to UMHB. In every other sport, huge rivalry.
Yeah.
And yet, because there are so few college disc golf teams coming out of NCAA D3, like when like your team and our team connected, it was like an instant click. And even when there are usually rivalries, it's all community, it's all friends. Everybody's out here. We're all trying to compete at the highest level, but also have a good time, make friends, build that community. And that's kind of what you're speaking to about how great college disc golf is.
Yeah, 100%. And you're not really gonna see that anywhere else you go within the sport. And that's why I think that this is going to, like, disc golf, college disc golf, kind of marketing this and like promoting this is only going to help grow the sport. And you know, I know with the rule change, I'm getting a lot of slack for going back to school and you know, competing against a lot of those guys, and a lot of people aren't happy about it. But like at the same time, like, hey, bring on the hate. Like, I'm fine with it because in the end, I think this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to college disc golf and hopefully the sport, because it's going to open the opportunity for more and more people to go to college, get a degree, play college disc golf for 4 years or 6 years, however long they want to stay at school, and, you know, to work under coaches like Eric McCabe, who's a former world champion, and not only to get good at disc golf by playing with other better players, world champion coaches, but also get that degree to fall back onto, you know? Like, if people want to go tour, like, hey, that's great, but, like, work your way up through college disc golf first and go compete in that, get a degree, then go do that. And I'm so happy that I did that because college disc golf has, like, changed my life for the better, and I've loved every second of it.
Sounds like a skill issue to me.
Great. Well, I'm thinking about, I still have room for my master's, so I'm thinking about starting it and trying to convince Greg Barsby to come take a class or two.
I've still got eligibility.
Come on. Technically, I think I still have 4 years, so.
I've still got
I'm
4
here,
or 5.
Barsby, Jaden.
Come on down. Dream team. Here we go.
Oh, that would be fun.
So you mentioned a little bit of the Pro Tour, and you're in Jonesboro now, correct?
Yes.
So how are you feeling about that tournament coming up?
I'm feeling really good, actually. I played this event 2 years ago in 2024, actually when I was on Dynamic, for you Dynamic lovers over there. But yeah, I want to say that I got like 28th or something like that. I totally could be wrong. It could be something like 30th or something like that. But I'm pretty sure I got like 28th, 25th, something around there. And I had like 64% circle one putting. Like, it was not a good showing on the greens out here 2 years ago. But this year, my putter has never felt better. Like last week at College Nationals, like everything was going in from anywhere inside 80. And so if I can kind of keep that same mojo and feeling up, my throw-in is also like pretty much at its peak. Like, good things could happen. And, you know, getting the pressure pack situations out of the way last week with the collegiate stuff, it's like, all right, I'm ready for anything and everything that the sport throws at me now. So I'm feeling really good and ready to go out and see what I can do out here.
Okay, so I looked at your numbers and such from Jonesboro 2 years ago. I know you're coming off the collegiate national championship. Obviously, bag changed since then because you're with a different sponsor. What, especially with Jonesboro having some of those like risk reward type of holes, what disc in your bag do you feel like you're going to be leaning on this upcoming tournament?
I mean, I just played my first practice round today, and it was pretty windy, and I was throwing my beefy Hypercanes and the brand new Hurricane X's everywhere out here. A lot of distance driver shots, and even on like a lot of the touchy shots that kind of have to go like up and stall and come back, like a lot of the control shots you can say out here. For an open course, you got to have a few control shots. Not compared to the 4 events that we've played so far this year that have all been super tight woods.
Yeah, super wooded.
Yeah. So a lot of my really overstable distance drivers, and I mean, even on the shorter ones, I'm still throwing like the beefy Hypercane 13 speed simply for the fact that I know that the wind could pick up at any given moment. And if I can get comfortable with that disc on every single shot, then it'll make it super easy to replicate no matter like what kind of shot I'm trying to throw.
So really just looking for consistency in like, you're going to get that fade at the end. Like to put yourself in those good spots every time. Yeah. Do you think with the wind, with it being an open course, that you're going to play a little more conservative? Or do you still see yourself getting aggressive at times?
We'll see. I mean, it's obviously going to be very situational. But at the same time, I'm from Texas and, went to college in Belton for 4 years where it was extremely windy, like way windier than it ever was when I was in Dallas. And so I'm used to the wind. Like, I love playing the wind. My game is built on wind. Like, I feel like I have a very good, consistent, like, repeatable game in the wind just with my shot selections. I've got both the sidearm and the backhand to be able to play the wind, and I'm confident in both. And then also, low-driven shots help a lot in the wind, kind of keeping it on one angle. And also my putt. My putt's a pretty, direct spin putt. And so I feel like I really don't need to get super conservative. Now, if there's obviously, a ton of OB or I'm like slightly out of position, then obviously, like I said, that's kind of situational and kind of got to see what that looks like before I get aggressive. But for the most part, I'm going to keep playing my game, which is typically on the more aggressive side, and just sticking to what I do best.
Do you see yourself going to the forehand a little more at this course? Because you can it's the little bit of like at least being able to see your target, helping a little more rather than that full rotation with the backhand, or do you think you're going to stick with the backhand, especially off the tee?
It's probably going to be a lot of backhands for the most part. Obviously, there are some like left to right moving shots that I will definitely pull at the forehand. But definitely now that we're kind of back in the open where I can kind of rip some drivers and some fairways more consistently, it's going to be a lot more backhands. Whereas in like the woods, I love to kind of flip up touchy forehands or little flex forehands in the woods. So definitely on the forehand a lot in the woods, but out here.
That's what I was thinking, because I've seen you at like every tight course. It seems to be forehand seems to be your go-to. So I was thinking when we're a little more open, are we going to stick with that or we're going to the backhand?
Yeah, no, I mean for me it's as long as like distance wise it's not super far to where it's like obviously my backhand flies way further. If it's an in between shot, it's going to be whatever plays against the wind. And like whatever plays to it the best. So,
well, Jaden, we just got 2 more questions for you, and then we'll kind of let you get your rest for the week. First question, Ethan brought it up, but I'm also curious. Sadly, you're not getting a signature mold, if I'm not mistaken. But if
Correct.
you were to get a signature mold with DGA, what would it be? And can I make a suggestion on what your stamp should be?
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear the suggestion first.
My favorite part about your game and watching you play is when you know a putt's going in, and it's that little fist pump he's got. He'll find the camera too.
They'll fist bump and he'll look at the camera as it goes
before
into
it's
the
even in sometimes.
And I think that would just be such a sick stamp on any disc, just like this going into the chains with a little fist bump, like head off to the left or right.
Fist bump while the disc is still in the air before it gets to the chains.
Just saying, yeah. I think that'd be
All
pretty
I'm
cool.
saying is I've seen it before he even hits chains.
Dude, you should have told me that before I just got my signature disc for the year.
Oh,
Because that would have been pretty sick. But
dang it.
I mean, hey, we can
now I
definitely
know. I want to know what it is.
we can definitely probably make that work. Because I actually do really love that idea with the stamp. Maybe that's an Armory run that we do later in the year.
I'll bother them about it. I'll shoot them a couple emails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll buy a few.
Those would be sick. So I didn't quite give the fist bump on USDGC 17 in the singles round, but I knew it was in out of my hand, and I reached down and grabbed my disc and kind of gave it like the little like wipe. And so yeah, that one was pretty sick. Wasn't quite the fist bump like you said, but yeah. But no, I mean, as far as a signature mold or like a signature disc, I kind of already hinted at it. I just got 500 of a signature run of discs, and
I'm assuming we can't talk about it yet.
I'll tease it a little bit, but I'm not going to give out the mold yet or the plastic. Or well, okay, I've already kind of given out a little bit.
I've seen him comment on Instagram a plastic I hadn't heard of before.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna stay quiet, but I also saw it. I'm excited.
I've thrown it around a little bit here and there just to kind of tease at it. But yeah, it's a mold that we've never ran this plastic in, so it's going to be brand new for the mold. It's a newer mold, so I mean, that kind of might give it away. But yeah, no, it's going to be super sick. I already got a stamp for it. Like I said, I've got 500 of them sitting at my house, waiting for me to get back from Kansas City to go get them. And then I will have them out at the Waco and Austin tournaments as like the first chance you can get them before I post them up online and like start shipping them out to people. But if anything, I'm not going to say that mold. Y'all probably know, but we'll just kind of leave that out there for everybody else.
You've got me grinning so big right now.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Besides that, I mean, shoot, I feel like it's got to be the Hurricane X. I know it's a new one. Like, it just got approved at Big Easy, and we just got our hands on like the first flight runs of them 2 weeks ago in Charlotte, and that disc has already become like my go-to distance driver. It basically feels like a Force, but then has glide like a Nuke, which is absurd. And the profiles on them are insane. Like, the ones I have are like all domey and just go forever. I don't think I really ever said this, but like, I can't wait to get a board flat one that doesn't go as far, so I can like control it a little bit more, because then I'm just gonna keep on. I think I might literally just throw only that disc. Like with open bag last year, like my bag was 4 destroyers, I think, and then like a juggernaut, and that was my bag. Maybe 5 destroyers and a juggernaut. And with DGA so far, it's been like, all right, 2 Forces here, 2 Nukes here, 2 Hypercanes here, and so it's kind of like a lot of different molds. But then with these, it's like, dude, once I get these seasoned, it's gonna be so good. I'm just gonna be bagging like Hypercanes and Hurricane X's only. Like, it's probably gonna knock all of the Nukes out of my bag and all the Forces out of my bag.
Wow,
It's crazy.
that's awesome.
The mold is so good.
I might have to go find myself a Hurricane X.
I don't have the arm for that, but I wish I did.
Once they come out with more runs, there might be some straighter ones that more people like, including me, because I can't wait to get my hands on some of those.
Well, definitely let us know. Definitely set us aside one of your signature discs. I can guarantee you all 3 of us are for sure going to want one.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good. We'll do.
Final little thing for you, just anything that you want to say to hopefully all the people that are going to be listening, and how can we as listeners support you on your tour?
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot. First off is obviously buying stuff off of me. So like those signature discs that I'll be dropping here soon are a really good way. But then also there's several different ways, and they're all kind of linked under my link tree on Instagram. You can support me through DGA, through Armory, and through Big Country Beef Jerky. So I've got codes to all of those places. Those guys help me out so much, and I would not be able to be out here on the road doing what I'm doing right now without their help. And so supporting them helps support me as well. And so I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, and then like I said, everything's in on my Instagram thing, which is just jt.rye. So.
Dude,
That's some great beef jerky, by the way.
It is some good beef
I-
jerky.
I
yeah.
had it and
We've-
it's amazing. They gave it at Texas Regional.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
the
gave it-
Regional
yeah.
Championship. Very good. Very good.
Hot take. As a Texan, this is going to sound like blasphemy. Better than Bucky's jerky.
I agree.
I said it.
100%. I agree.
I agree.
And
Totally.
I'm not biased because I'm sponsored by them. Like, I did not really eat jerky at all until Peyton came up to me and was like, yo, what do you think about this? I was like, dude, this stuff's gas. And then he told me that he was the one who made it after that. And I was like, dang, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That stuff's legit. I love it. I love it.
Yes. All right, Jaden. Well, thank you so much for coming, dude. I just want to say you're awesome. We absolutely love you. We're definitely we're rooting from you from behind the scenes.
Dude, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. You have a good night.
Yes, you have a good one.
Have a good one.
Y'all as well.
Dude, he is so cool. I love him
I
so
love the guy.
much.
What?
I've only met him a couple of times, but he's
I'm
a
so glad
really
that
nice
he
guy.
continues to talk to me because I'll shoot him texts and
What a
stuff,
great
even just good
interview,
luck
man.
Yeah.
and stuff. That's gonna be so cool.
Bray's gonna be so
I'm gonna steal so many clips from this and post them. I love that.
Steal them. They belong.
I know they belong to me. They belong to.
All right. Just big shout out to Jaden Rye. Thanks
He's wonderful.
thanks to him for coming and joining us for this podcast today.
And congratulations to Jaden and also to
Yes.
Milligan University.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And when that footage drops, it'll be on Gatekeeper Media. Highly recommend going watching it.
Go watch it. It's great disc golf.
Should hopefully be within this next week or so.
I hope so.
College sports are always better. They say college basketball, college football, college disc golf. Go
Agree
watch
with
it.
you. High key agree with you. College baseball too. I'll say.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
So kind of switching over back to the Pro Tour. We just had the Champions Cup this past week. In the FPO division, we had Silva Sarnanen taking it down. What are just kind of thoughts? We'll start with the FPO and we'll kind of move over to the MPO.
I did not have a chance to watch it, so I don't really have very many thoughts for this one.
I have thoughts. The putting.
From Blumers?
Yes.
Mm.
That was okay. So I was like full credit to Grip Locked because I was listening to them earlier, but I really agree with Trevor's take where with Blomroos, her game is kind of built around the consistent par, right? And waiting for other people to mess up. But when coming down the stretch, when you need to gain strokes, it's hard to just turn it on all of a sudden.
Oh, 100%.
And so when she got to a point where to win the event, she needed to turn it on, she couldn't get it.
Yeah.
That being said, she's one of the best FPO players right now.
She's very good, absolutely.
At all.
A lot of
Like,
European players right now kind of
Exactly.
lead the FPO.
She's a great FPO player. But, and I mean, this is the same thing as your 30 handicap buddy talking about why, why Justin Rose can't get it done in the Masters. But, like, she needs to find an edge somewhere.
Yeah.
Where she can turn it on.
Yeah.
Because the consistent, get the birdies where I can, play par,
It's
be
good
safe,
for-
avoid bogeys. It's great most of the time. But when it comes to winning a major, she needs to find that kind of like killer instinct, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. And we saw that killer instinct with Silva.
Agreed.
Because she started the round like 8 down through 9.
Yeah.
Like, and legit, I thought
It was a tear early.
I thought she was going to like shoot like a 12, 14 down at this new London course that is not easy, super wooded. She did slow down. I think she finished the round either 8 or 9 down.
And those fairways are diabolically
Those fairways
tight.
are tough.
It's insanely tight.
I was severely disappointed with Evelina this week.
I was too.
Was really, really high on her. I thought she was going to have a pretty good round, or pretty good tournament overall, and just could not put it together.
And I think as the year goes on, we will see some really, really good things from her.
Oh, yeah.
I see...
Not putting.
Not putting. But I see her winning, I'll give her 3, maybe even 4 tournaments through the course of the year.
Pretty crazy.
I think one of those may even be a major.
Yeah, I could see her winning a major. Absolutely.
If she can figure out her putting, I see her getting that 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah, but we've been saying if she can figure out her putting for
years now.
Yes, but also she's a pro, and she has a better chance of figuring out her putting than any of us do.
Well, I think I have my putting figured out, but that's just my
I
opinion.
don't.
You're a pretty good putter.
I absolutely
You're a pretty
don't.
good putter.
Also, just kind of last name I think that's important to mention. Holland Hanley is, I believe, one of the top FPO players with podiums but no major wins. And she found a way to podium without ever really being in the conversation again.
I mean, I think it's kind of... I mean, to go back to golf, because I'm as tapped into golf as I am disc golf these days. I think it's kind of a bit of, again, to go back to him, Justin Rose syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great golfer. He's consistently top 10. He consistently podiums at majors. He is a 3-time Masters runner-up. He took third in the Masters this year. He can't get over the hump.
Yeah.
That's kind of the comparison that I draw to her.
Yeah. No,
Is
absolutely.
she's always so close.
And she's great in actual tournaments. It seems to
Agreed.
just be these majors.
Agreed. She just can't find that over the hump.
Yeah, 100%.
And I love her. Like, everything that I've heard from her on or off the course, she's a great person. She's a phenomenal disc golfer. Like, I want that so bad for her. I couldn't tell you what that extra level is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I want her to find it so bad.
She's got a killer edge. Like, you'll see
She
rounds
does,
where
absolutely.
she'll turn up, but it's something, I don't know, and maybe it's the 4 rounds. Maybe she just guaranteed one bad round every 4 rounds if she plays them consecutively. I don't know what it is, but I just thought it was interesting that she did find a way. Like, she ended up in 3rd place, and nobody talked about her all weekend long.
Yep.
So, just thought that was interesting.
That's kind of how I felt about Ricky in the MPO, too.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of MPO,
Yeah.
Breyer had somehow a really great week and somehow a really bad week because you weren't here last week. But me and Breyer made a wager that if Gannon Burr scored top 5, Breyer had to run a mile. If he won, he had to run 3 miles. The catch was if Gannon Burr scored 6th, I had to run a mile, 7th, 2 miles, and so on and so forth. Gannon got 2nd. So you don't have to run your 3 miles, but you will have to run a mile.
Yes, if you tune in next episode for the video watchers on YouTube, we'll post a clip of that in there.
I want the Run Tracker app showing
need a
the
Strava.
Yes,
miles.
I'll use Strava. I'll use Strava.
Okay. Okay.
But do you want to talk a little bit about Nicolas?
Yeah, I just want to say I called it. He was due for one, and I saw it coming. I knew it was going to be there.
Zach, I wasn't here last week. Did he actually?
He did, absolutely.
I did.
He's always been a big Nicolas guy. He specifically said, this is not Gannon Burr's major. This is Nicolas.
Yes,
You should take a half mile off for that.
No, absolutely not. He said Gannon Burr wasn't going to get top 5.
I didn't feel that Gannon was going to perform, and you know what? Through the first couple
second,
rounds, he really
first.
didn't. He wasn't that hot through those first couple rounds, but that last round, he tied
The
the
last
course
2
record.
rounds.
Well, the second round was good, but it was nothing like that third round. That's super
4
hot.
rounds this weekend.
Fourth round. My apologies.
The third and fourth, he was
Third
hot.
and fourth.
Yes.
He was hot.
I'm-
I'm taking one off. Yes, that fourth round, he was super hot, tying the course record, and obviously pulling himself back up to second place there, just barely. And so I didn't see him. I didn't see him winning, but he did do a lot better than I thought. Yeah.
And Nicolas, I mean, ice in veins.
Yeah, especially coming off of 2 tournaments where he didn't finish top 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
Finish. Yeah, sorry.
Well, there was his first tournament of the year, he was 151st.
Yeah. No.
His
absolutely.
second one, he was, correct me if I'm wrong, I wouldn't bet on it, but 70-something?
Yeah.
And then he takes a week off and comes back and wins a major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty insane. And he's kind of always, I can't think of a time where he's been in this situation of, hey, this kind of whole tournament comes down to this putt, and he's missed. Austin opened either a year ago, 2 years ago. I remember keeping up with that one, and Gannon Burr, sure enough, was right behind him, chasing him down. He had just won the Austin Open last year. And Nicolas has this putt on either 17 or 18, and it's probably about 40, 50 footer. He's kind of got like a tree right here, and he absolutely just sinks the thing. And we saw that same thing happen. Hole 17, Gannon's 17 feet away. He's got a tap in for birdie. Nicolas is probably 40, 50 feet away. Hole 18 is pretty tough, so, misses the putt. Gannon's losing by 1. And Niklas, that Gannon right on your back is kind of scary. It almost reminds me a little bit of, Paul Macbeth.
Gannon's the best player in the world
By
right now. There's
far.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So, and Niklas, he just goes up there, man, and he just drains it. And today, and he's a funny guy. Today he posted an Instagram video of him making that same putt and just kind of shrugging it off.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what it looked like.
The thing is, too, and y'all are gonna know that this is what I'm bringing up because I'm a huge AB fan. I love Anthony Barella.
We discussed that last
Holes
week.
1 and 17 were difference makers.
Yeah.
What was it? A double bogey on 1?
Did you see the stat where if they did not play hole 1, AB would have won by like 2 or 3 strokes?
Yes. 1 and then that missed putt on 16 or 17 would have been AB's tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And he's a guy that it took so long for him to finally get that win.
Dude, I was so
and
happy
he's
just to see him do
consistently so high in the rankings.
well.
But it's always 1 or 2 holes away.
Yeah.
And I mean that kind of shows that like AB can be consistent.
Yeah.
It's just what's that extra edge, and those guys like Gannon and Niklas when it matters, and Ricky being ageless. I mean, he's only 32. It's not like he's old, but like those other guys that kind of have that edge, and AB just still is
really
consistently
young.
a little bit
Yeah.
short. Again, he is very young, like you said.
What's crazy to me is I never picture AB as a woods guy. But he usually, which beginning of this year has been a lot of wooded courses, and he's done very, very poorly. Very poorly.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
Well,
I feel
it's not.
he's done very poorly.
He hasn't
I
matched
drafted
his,
that man in fantasy, and I didn't bench him this week, thankfully. But like,
Yes.
he hasn't been doing well at all.
Without a doubt, beginning the season, his play has not matched that of these past couple seasons, where he's been really going off.
Yeah, but he turned up.
I'm gonna draw back to past seasons here because again, his play this season has not been good.
Correct.
Y'all hear me out. I'm gonna draw a baseball comparison here.
Okay.
I think AB falls into the same power guy, like kind of bubble. As fans, we put him in that power guy bubble
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that Paul Skeens does.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
When realistically, of course, he has great power.
Yeah.
And Paul Skeens is a high velocity pitcher.
Correct. Yeah.
But I think when it comes to the numbers that he puts up, the lines that he's able to hit, again, not this season, but past seasons, Paul Skeens is closer to Greg Maddux, as AB is closer to a, I don't want to say Macbeth, because that's,
It's a big comparison.
perfection, but more of a Barsby,
Yeah.
where
Can actually hit the wooded lines.
exactly,
Yeah.
and he hasn't done it this year.
Yeah.
But it's the precision that I think people don't appreciate about AB, just like people don't appreciate Skeen's precision because everyone gets blown away by the power.
I know because I wanted to bring up. Did you see his shot on 18?
Yes,
Dude,
Yeah.
you saw his shot on 18, like for real?
and
Yes.
even
Dude.
Yeah, for real.
hole 3 and 4, both of
Yeah.
those also just carving him.
Well, in hole 17, he obviously he yanks it and it goes out of bounds. But how, like, on coverage, you could see him, like, start to back up and get just ready to rip this thing. And that thing just out of his hand. And it looks so fast. And it would have gone so far if he, like, didn't turn it all the way over.
We were on the phone when it.
We were on the phone. You're right. We watched the finals. You're so right. You're so right. My apologies. No, but that was just absolutely crazy. But, yeah, you're so in awe of that power of, AB can throw 600 feet. That you don't really like kind of think about his accuracy and his precision, where he's got that Luna that he throws just all over the place.
That Luna shot on what's that? That first the first par 3 on the final 9, is it hole 11? That kind of uphill par 3 where he just put that Luna slight hyzer flip and then just parks it.
Yeah.
Just parks it.
He's insane with that. I can't throw a Luna like that.
I wish I could.
No.
But I think that he gets put into that power category
100%.
when he's kind of in the in the middle of the Venn diagram.
He's a good player.
Do you-
Just overall, he's a good player when he's playing well.
Yeah. Do y'all think this is going to be a standout tournament for him this year, or do you think he's going to keep this, ride this high from this and continue to have better play throughout the rest of the year?
And partially it's because I like AB, but I truly believe that he'll start being a top 10 guy again. I think the beginning of the season was kind of a little bit of a fluke.
Yeah.
Which is weird because usually he starts hot, but maybe that means he wins more, kind of picking up his pace as he goes.
And these have been some pretty tough wooded courses, and he does have that. Even though y'all are saying he's a great woods player and all, but he does have that power,
He
that
does have that
advantage on
explosive
open
power.
courses. And so there will later on in this season be some more open courses that probably he'll do better on. I think.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, he does, because of that power, he naturally is going to be better than guys that don't have that power at those more golf course style courses because they're more open.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't think week in, week out, just because it's a wooded course, he should be counted out as much as he often is.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Is kind of my point through all of this.
No, I agree.
And I think this weekend showed it.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully he doesn't have to play too much in the woods at Jonesboro this
Yeah.
upcoming weekend.
No.
I think he'll do well there.
Historically, that's been a tournament. Last time it was on tour, 2024, he won it. So
Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that
Yeah.
later too, but that is a good thing to note. One more player that I really wanted to point out from Champions Cup was Isaac Robinson, which
Yes.
you big Isaac Robinson,
yes,
big Isaac Robinson guy.
Bear with you.
Yeah,
Love the guy.
I love
Yeah.
Isaac Robinson. Got
Yes,
to
big
see him
fan.
at Disc South. Super chill
Yes.
guy. Super
Yeah.
cool. He starts his tournament +6 through like the first 3 holes. And everybody just realistically, there was a lot of people who was expecting Isaac Robinson to win this tournament. And I remember having a conversation with Christian Dubeck because he wanted Isaac to win and he didn't want Gannon to win. And Gannon was like +2 through the first couple of holes. He's like, oh, Gannon's at +2. I was like, yeah, but look at Isaac. Like, Isaac's +6. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But he finishes top 5. He really fights back in that
he
kind of
did
thing.
really give it his all.
And I just
there,
think
fighting
that's,
back.
one, I think that's worth admiring. Congrats, Isaac Robinson.
Yes,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
To fight
That's
back that hard.
Way
that's
to fight
wonderful.
back, yeah.
But also, I think that's important to note, is Isaac Robinson is a great player in the woods. And usually, when he gets hot, starts to get hot, he kind of stays hot.
Mhm.
When he wins, he kind of wins in bunches. So just something to look out for, because he
Yeah,
definitely turned
definitely.
out those last couple of rounds.
It is a
And-
little early in the season for him to be kind of popping off. He's more of a late season kind of guy.
I was about to say
Yeah.
that. I also think that Isaac is kind of the inverse of AB,
Mhm.
where everyone thinks of him as a woods guy,
He's got some power.
but the dude's got some pop.
Yeah,
And I think part of the
he definitely
reason
sling a disc.
that he doesn't,
He's
because
got
all
a
of the big
forehand now too.
all of the big power guys, they all throw a big forehand.
Mhm.
Isaac doesn't throw a big forehand.
No, but he throws a great approach forehand.
Exactly.
Let me tell you.
He's got a great touch forehand,
Yeah.
but because he doesn't throw a power forehand, everyone's like, oh, he's just a woods guy.
Yeah.
He's just a touch guy, whatever. The dude can rip.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The dude can rip. Like, I would be very, very surprised if at this season, on one of the more open courses, he doesn't at least take a top 5.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
I think Isaac Robinson's good for a top 5 any week.
Agreed.
Yeah, one of my favorite guys to watch on tour, and definitely one of the best players on tour
Yeah.
right now. These last several seasons.
And I, again, another potential hot take. The new turnover line king.
Isaac Robinson?
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody who throws.
I would think, I would say before him, KJ.
Okay, yeah.
I would think
Dark Horse?
Robinson is taking the crown.
Dark Horse? Chandler Kramer.
That's a good pull.
Well,
That's a great pull.
That man's forehand lines?
yeah.
Oof. Mm.
But the backhand turnovers
That is true.
Like it's like he just
He's the reason I throw a PA3, and I don't throw it near as well as he does. But I like just the way he turns over PA3 and he just.
Yeah. Thanks to you,
You also throw PA3s.
I have
They're
3
good
in my
discs.
bag now.
Yes,
and
It's PA3 is a great.
foreshadowing for later, but
Oh yeah.
thanks to you, I now have 3 in my bag.
PA3s are wonderful. Speaking of hot takes, though, we're gonna kind of switch over to our next segment. This will be your first time doing it. You know, Breyer's a very opinionated person, and usually
Yes.
on the wrong side, if we're being honest.
Yes.
So this next segment is what we call Breyer's hot take. So Breyer, what do you have for us
Okay,
today?
I have a couple opinions this week. I don't know how necessarily hot they are, but we'll see how it goes. My first one for this week, I think we all know flight numbers can be inconsistent. You know, they change throughout brands. They mean different things. Maybe an Innova 5 is like not the same as something else on Dynamic. Like obviously, a good example is the River. That's like a 7 glide. It's not a 7 glide. I think there should be a third-party company that manufacturers have to send their disc to get flight numbers. I think that should be a PDGA regulation that they send it to a company, and that's how they get flight numbers.
Briar, I'm going to say this. I think this is the most freezing cold take you've ever had.
You think so?
I am 1,000,000% in agreement with you.
I think I just have never heard anybody really put that one out there, you know, in that way.
I mean, they already send their discs to the PDGA to get approved. I don't see why somebody couldn't partner up with them to.
I agree. I think there probably needs to be some sort of
Robot
testing or something. But no, I 1,000,000% agree with you. Like, I think there needs to be, and this is my hot take, I think there needs to be higher standards for baskets too.
Ooh.
When it comes to regulation, chain weight, basket size, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's really still very unregulated. But I think that you are absolutely right, and I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, I think that's just a more consumer, like more player-friendly practice. I think that obviously these companies are kind of fudging their numbers because certain numbers do sell better than others.
I was
That's
actually going to
true.
say that exact same thing.
I do, and I think that having...
I'm a sucker for a -1.3 driver.
Yeah.
I was going to bring that
And that
example.
driver may be super flippy, but if it says -1.3, I'm like, dude, that thing flies like a destroyer. I want it.
Yeah.
And it's because the Destroyer is the industry standard at the -1.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the 0.3 mid-range.
Yeah. I guess that'd be the tough part is...
We all know Rock 3s aren't that anymore.
No.
I say that as someone who, as y'all will see, has a million Rock 3s.
Rock 3s are a 0.1. Unless you get like a Halo 1, maybe.
Yeah,
Or-
a little
or
more
a
suit,
stable.
Or a special one
Or a special one.
that I have that I'm
You
excited
do.
to
You
show
do.
off.
You do have a very special Paul Macbeth Rock 3. But no, I think that's a good take. The only issue I can see coming with it is you still get the variety from run to run. So like, let's say you send a destroyer in, right? And
Yes.
they test it. And they're like, yes, their destroyer's number should be 12.5, -1.3. And so I go and buy a destroyer. You still have that same problem of this destroyer is not a 12.5, -1.3. This destroyer is a 12.5.04. This destroyer is a 12.5, -3.2. Kind of still get that issue as well.
Yeah, for
But-
sure. I think that there's always going to be that inconsistency with just each individual disc. But obviously, as manufacturing gets more standard, like more fine-tuned, I suppose,
Yeah.
we'll see less of that, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah.
And then for my second take for this week, I think that a disc that lands on top of the basket should count as in the basket.
No.
If you can throw your disc and get it stuck inside of the basket without going in, and that count is supported,
I don't think that should count either.
I think that going on top should also. I also don't think that should be counted. I think you should have to put it in the basket. But if you're going to count that, you should count on top of the basket. That's supported.
So if perfect world, you don't want that disc in the basket or a disc on top. Neither one of those should count.
No, neither one.
Because I think that's the party where I come from. Is if you're supposed to aim for inside the basket, it shouldn't count unless you're inside the
I
basket.
think it's got to be either or both.
I think either or both too. That's exactly where
I think
I'm at.
I
on
can see-
top or jammed, or neither.
It is kind of weird that you can jam a disc in, but a disc resting on top.
I don't think it's any easier to put your disc on top of the basket than it is
I
to
think
just
it's
throw it
definitely
in.
harder.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to play 18 holes where hey it doesn't count unless your disc rests on top of the basket.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Putts that go in,
Video
nah,
idea?
pick them up. Nah, just saying,
Video
could
idea?
be good.
Yeah. We might have to check that one
Yeah,
out.
Okay,
I'll take that one.
but
I need
then-
a koi.
But then, how do we think about discs that are not supported by the basket, but are stuck in the chains?
I think supported by chains is
supported by
in the rule. I think that's
well,
in the rule.
it is in the rules, but if the technical wording of the rules is supported by the basket,
Well, I guess it depends on
then
what
I kind of see Briar's point.
It just
Because
depends
we
on your
all count
definition.
ones that are supported by the chains, but they're not supported by the basket.
Well, I think the chains are a part of the basket.
Like
I
an
think when it says
extension of it.
basket, it doesn't mean just the gray part at the bottom. I think it means from the bottom of the band to the bottom of that little basket. Like, that is the disc golf
But,
basket.
hear me out. I'm kind of with Briar on this one again. Does the basket itself, the part at the bottom, support the chains at all?
The basket itself does not support the chains. The pole supports the chains.
Exactly. The top part supports the chains.
Correct.
So, what's the difference if it's supported if the chains are supported by the top part? What's the difference between the disc being on top or stuck in the chains and not touching the basket at all?
I've pulled it up, and the PDGA official rule is, I think it's 807B. I'm pretty sure. In order to complete a hole with a basket target, the thrower must release the disc, and it must come to a rest supported by the tray or the chains below the chain support. So the chain
Below
support, the yellow band, doesn't count as a place where you can have
That
the
is-
disc rested. But also, I think that I don't think jams should count then. That just
I don't
doesn't
think
feel
jams
like
should
they
count.
should count.
I'll be honest.
I think we have to have a neither or both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, technically jams are supported by the basket because it's stuck in the basket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if we're going to
That's-
count
with,
that...
with the wording of the rule, it makes sense that you have to count it because it is technically supported by the basket. But I don't think it should.
Yeah, it's just
but
one
then
of those
why
things.
don't we all use kois more?
Because they suck to putt with. Have you tried to putt with a koi?
I never have.
Dude, you put any little thing, it like flops
blunt-
on you. When
a
you try
blunt
to put
gum
any
putt,
power on it.
perhaps?
My putting is inconsistent enough anyway. I don't need that, but...
I did once have
A
my.
blood fly?
I don't know how I did this, and this was so like didn't like stages or anything, but I was putting with pennies at the time, the Lone Star pennies, and it hit chains and it like went to fall at the side, but it caught the nub and was literally just sitting on the basket like
That's
I think I was
supported
playing
by-
with you in that round.
yeah,
I remember
that's
this.
supported by the basket, so that would be a count putt. But that shouldn't be a counted putt. That should be a missed putt.
Yeah, I agree.
I
There's
just thought
not
it was
really
funny.
another sport where we have this sort of
If the
gray
basketball
area
gets
with what a
stuck,
scoring is.
basketball gets stuck in between the rim and the backboard, that's not a bucket.
No, that's
Yeah,
That should go
it's not
in
a
the
bucket.
should go in the rim. That should be what counts as a basket. Now in the rim goes all the way up to the band. Like you should
Okay.
have from this out in the basket.
Then,
This shouldn't count.
all right, Zach, you've convinced me. Briar, I'm against you on this one. We shouldn't have tops count, but we shouldn't have
We
jams
also
count
shouldn't have
either.
jams count.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. I
It
think
needs to
y'all
be supported by the
convinced me.
chains or the interior
Yeah,
of
from
the basket.
the
Yes.
bottom of the basket up to the I mean, I think that solves all your problems. You're welcome, PDGA.
Okay,
I
but
don't
then
know, though.
also, say you have a jam or a hanger like you did, right?
Okay. My disc is a jam. My hand
Okay.
is a jam.
Then you would have to tap in with a separate disc.
Yes, you have to stand right here
Yes.
and tap in for your
But-
fourth.
Okay, so there's no way to mark it. You just have to live
No,
with it.
which
but
you don't-
also,
you
like,
technically don't have to mark any disc.
that's true.
I guess
But,
it
like
maybe
at that
straight down.
point, it would be like it was just below the basket and it's just a drop
Yeah.
anyway. No,
I don't
okay,
really think
okay.
marking
I'm,
is
I'm with
That
you.
would be crazy to call foot fault on that. Like you stand like directly beneath and be like, "Hey, foot fault. Your foot was." Which you talked about last week. Did you talk about last week?
I think we talked about it privately.
We talked about it privately. That's a stupid rule. The fact,
faults?
not foot faults. When you have a disc on the ground, that stepping on your disc is a foot fault because your lie, if you place a mini down, is at the front of the disc. If you step on the back of the disc when you're throwing, why does that matter? Why is
I
that a
agree.
foot fault, but not?
I think you should be able
I'm
to
with
step directly on your disc. If you don't like flip it or something, obviously that's only in
And
casual
honest,
rounds.
and it's only going to hurt you. Stepping
I
on your disc is
also-
not like a positive like
Yeah,
thing
no,
for
it's-
you. Probably you may slip, you may fall.
I also, hear me out, I think that discs should be marked from the back, not the front.
If we're going to make that a rule, then yeah,
If
absolutely.
stepping on your disc is a foot fault, then discs ought to be marked from the back.
I agree, I
I agree wholeheartedly.
In any other golf type sport,
Mm-hmm.
in golf, have y'all ever heard of foot golf?
Yes.
It is
Yeah.
soccer golf.
Yes.
Any other type, it is marked from the back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of with Paul Macbeth. He doesn't really use minis. He just putts from his disc because he doesn't think it gives you that much of an advantage. So really,
I missed too many putts by a
There
couple
shouldn't
inches.
be-
On the green, I understand. Anywhere else, unless marking is gonna like get you around a tree or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
But then I don't think marking your disc should give you an advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
I take full advantage of that. Like when I have a disc
I do too.
behind a tree, I'm not putting it
Is
directly
there-
behind the disc. I'm putting it a little bit off to the right.
Is there a
Yeah.
rule for that? Like you're only allowed
I
to mark
don't
in a certain,
know.
or can you mark
It's-
anywhere along the
you
disc?
So the technical rule is you're supposed to mark in line with the basket.
Okay.
But the basket's wherever you stand. Like, if I'm throwing from this angle, the basket's in this line. Let's say the
Yeah.
basket's right there, and I just move a little bit over here. Well, now the basket's straight
Yeah,
line a little bit right of my
It's
disc.
like in baseball, how the baseline is just any line from the runner to the basket until a tag is attempted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very gray area.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think until we get to a world where, like, rules officials are on every card.
That's been a big one this season
Dude,
too.
there was a lot of rule officials on that final card that were calling timeouts for Niklaus and Gannon. Like, it was... And then, did y'all see AB's interview afterwards? AB's all like, look, man, and I may be the only one who thinks like this, but I wish that everybody knew the rules. I wish they were simpler, because even the professionals don't know the rules, which is just crazy.
Which
Yeah.
I think part of that does come down to disc golf being a smaller sport.
It is 100%.
Yeah.
Because
A more casual sport too.
Yeah.
because again, as someone who's tapped in with professional golf,
Yeah.
you look at like the PGA, all of those guys know the rules to a T.
Oh, yeah.
And those rules are 10 times more complicated.
It's a
Because
lot
you
older
have
of a sport though.
Red stake, yellow stake,
Yeah,
white
but you're-
stake when it comes to OB, and
You're
like
playing for
that's
thousands of dollars, though? Thousands, like
you're
tens
playing
of
for
thousands.
millions in the PGA.
Well, even in the
I'm talking about for disc golf. You
Yeah,
pay for tens of thousands of
PGA.
dollars.
I think
right?
that falls on the players.
That's what I'm saying. You're playing for tens of thousands of dollars. You should know the rules.
You ought to know the rules, if nothing else, so that you can argue if the rules official says blah blah blah. You're like, no, I don't think that XYZ because of rule XYZ.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I think if it were up to me, in any pro event, we would have a rules official with every card.
That's a lot of officials, but yeah.
That's how other sports do
No,
it.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that is exactly how it should be.
If I were a pro player, I would know those rules back to front.
Yeah.
And I would have a copy of the rules in my bag.
Which PGA app, there's a little rules
Yes,
tab you can click to.
tap over to it.
And I think I've seen people use it because when Ricky got in trouble with the sticks, an official pulled it up and was like reading through it and talking about it a little bit. But a lot of rules issues like this year. I think they're trying to get better at it, but it's also like a standard's been set that like, hey, we play a casual sport, so if you take more than 30 seconds, I'm not going to call you on it. But if that's the rule, players should follow it.
Yeah.
But I mean, also to go
I think
back
it's 45 seconds now. But
to go back to golf, it's a card thing,
yeah.
right? Like when over the time limit happens, it's on the card to call them for that, right? You have to call them second, and they get a stroke.
That's how they do it
Right?
in the PGA as well?
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. Like they're called on it. The difference is in PGA events there is a rule official with every card.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think disc golf needs to raise to that standard.
Yeah.
Is it going to be more expensive? Yes. Is
100%.
it tough on a smaller sport? Yes. Is it going to raise the level of the sport?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely gonna help the professionalism of the
Exactly.
sport, for
And
sure.
like disc golf is known to be a more casual sport,
Yeah.
right? We don't wear polos and dress shoe looking shoes and
Yeah.
you know spandex pants that look like dress pants every round.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about the sport
Yeah.
is that it's more casual. But at the pro level,
It-
there has to be a standard,
Yeah.
and it has to be a hard standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be
And that's what it feels
wishy-washy.
like. It feels like the PDGA is like trying to flirt, like they're creating these set lines, but they're not enforcing them. They're like, we want y'all to figure this out. But it's like, you're the one running the tournaments. You're the one making this league happen. Right?
Agreed.
You have to be willing to, hey, we're gonna crack down, and we're gonna start enforcing these rules because we want our sport to grow. And yes, it's going to suck. Those first couple of weeks where they really cracked down on the rules, it was even a little annoying hearing the officials go like, "Oh, time extension. Oh, time extension." And it felt like, dude, like let them play. Like we're watching like a very intense sport. But it gets to a point where the sport is intense and the officials don't have to say anything because the players know this. If I go over this 45 seconds, this shot, like
This
I'm
could
getting a
cost
stroke.
me the round by
Exactly.
getting a stroke.
Yeah. I think interruption from officials is a thing in every major sport that people,
It
the
is.
fans obviously never like it, but it's a necessary evil, I think. With basketball, there's always refs saying, that's a foul or that's traveling, and people sometimes you just don't want to hear those things. You just want to let the players play it out. But I do think it's necessary for the professionalism of the sport.
I need a disc golf ABS system.
I disagree with that because again, soccer guy here.
Yeah.
I am very for in soccer. It's called
Yeah.
VAR, a video
Yeah,
assistant
yeah.
referee.
Yeah.
I'm very for VAR.
Mhm.
I think most of the time it makes the sport more fair.
Yeah.
I think in a sport like golf or like disc golf, because the PGA had this where at one point there was a fan on TV that noticed that a player had accidentally moved his ball,
Yep. It
called
got
it
stroked.
in, and
Yes.
got stroked after the round
Yep.
had happened.
Wow.
And so the PGA outlawed that. They said what's called in the course is called in the course.
Yeah.
And so I don't think, just as a sport,
Yeah.
I don't think golf or disc golf would benefit from that.
No. I
Already
agree.
being slower sports
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
But I think time extensions need to be rolled way back.
It's just so dumb.
I think it needs to be a hard standard of
Yeah.
you have this much time to play.
Yeah.
And
And that's what
I
it should be.
think
It should
if-
be to play, not per throw.
Exactly. Because, again, going back to golf, say there's a putt.
Yeah.
It's right. The ball is right on the edge of the cup.
Yeah.
You have a reasonable amount to reach the ball,
Mhm.
which is varied, but it's no more than 10, 15 seconds
Yeah.
usually,
Mhm.
unless it's a really long putt,
Yeah.
plus 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think we can cut out a lot of the, hemming and hawing over shots.
Yeah.
If it's you have a reasonable amount of time to reach your
Yeah.
shot plus the 30 or 45. And once that hits, sorry bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Not that I'm in favor of making tournaments lightning fast or anything,
Yeah.
but
I think they move relatively quickly now, to
they
be honest
do.
with you.
When the best guys keep getting time extension after time
It's
extension.
annoying.
It's annoying. And for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing is we want a hard standard, but it's going to come down to where it's going to suck. And I think the PDGA really is trying to crack down on this. It feels like where yes, it sucks and the referees they're being heard, but hopefully the players pick up that accountability where it's like, dude, we don't want these refs telling us time extensions, so I need to speed up my game a little bit.
Yeah, I think with time it'll kind of iron itself
I
out.
hope so.
Or I think it even needs to be you get a free time extension, but it's you get your one.
Yeah.
After this, you're getting stroked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a limited number of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get your one per round.
Yeah.
After that, if you don't hit the time, if you don't release the disc in that time, stroke penalty.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Probably all the time we got for all the hot takes today.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't worry, that door just opens. Sometimes. I'm being so for real. The AC
The
will
studio door is opening by itself.
There's a ghost.
For our next little segment, I don't know if y'all saw this. I thought it was kind of cool, but then it kind of got me thinking. I know you for sure know. I don't know if you would, but DeAnthony Thomas, who was speedster for the Oregon Ducks, highlights. When you were a kid, you watched Tavon Austin, and then you probably snuck into some DeAnthony Thomas highlights.
Yeah.
Played in the NFL for a while. He got a signature Halo Wraith with Innova recently,
Yeah.
which is former NFL wide receiver. I didn't even know he played disc golf until this kind of thing happened. And I just wanted to know, what are y'all's thoughts on people, athletes, what's the name when you're
Celebrities?
Celebrities.
Personalities.
Personalities is what I was looking for. Celebrities works as well. Getting signature discs. Because DeAnthony Thomas is not the first. Just to name a couple more, Bill Nye has got some with
I've seen that
Innova. Bert Kreischer has gotten
Big
some.
disc golfer.
Has gotten some. Big disc golfer. Doesn't have a PDGA account though. He's gotten some. with
Ben
disc golf.
Askren.
Ben
right?
Askren.
Ben Askren has discs.
Yes. So what are y'all's thoughts on these celebrities, these personalities getting signature discs?
Ethan, I know you said you had something something. To say about
I
this.
feel like we're gonna disagree. I'll let you go first here.
I think it's a good thing for the sport. I do. I think that having these big names have discs, just putting it out there where people can see that and getting more people involved, just getting more people involved in the sport, bringing more money to the sport, I think that's never going to be a bad thing. These guys, obviously, people aren't buying their discs because they're great. They're buying their discs because there's the novelty of like, oh, this guy that I like is throwing this disc as well. That's, it's kind of a cool thing. Yeah. But I think that just having more eyes and bringing more money to the sport, I think that in that sense, I think it's a good thing.
So in your opinion, how big of a personality you have to be to get a signature disc? Because I would argue, I know DeAnthony Thomas, but I love football. Yeah. I feel like DeAnthony Thomas is not a household name. Whereas Bill Nye,
I think
Ben
Bert
Askren.
Kreischer is a...
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah,
Bert
Ben
Kreischer,
Askren,
Bill Nye, those are big ones. I don't think Ben Askren or...
even as someone that really likes the UFC, Ben Askren isn't...
It's kind of past his time
really,
in terms of popularity, I think.
I mean, even when he was in his day, he wasn't a huge name.
So how big of a personality?
And I like Ben Askren.
Do you think
I do too.
Needs to be had? Because I'll say it, I would buy a JJ or TJ Watt signature disc. And they played disc golf, I think, one time.
I think it's up to the individual company.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there should be like a level of fame, I suppose, that should be required of you to have your own disc. I think that either if a company approaches you or you approach a company, and it's up to them. I think because it's their resources that they're spending on creating those discs that are either going to sell or not.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have a very different take.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you partly.
Yeah.
Because I am a grow the game type of guy.
Yeah.
Especially being a smaller sport. I want disc golf to get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I love the sport. It's a lot of fun. I think the more people we can get into it, the better. That being said, other celebrities that are big for other reasons, getting signature discs, in my opinion, disenfranchises players who have gone through the ringer, traveled, fought, practiced, day in, day out, to be the best disc golfer that they can be.
I kind of agree with that, yeah.
To get to that level.
Yeah.
And still not get a signature. Guys like Jaden.
Yeah.
Guys like Jaden, who have fought and battled and won college nationals, who have signed multiple sponsorship deals, who have done the
hard work.
The hard work, the going on the road always.
Yeah.
And he is a pro, and he is a pro that has won a decent amount of money. I mean, not that there's that much money in pro disc golf compared to other sports, but won a decent amount of money for a pro, and he doesn't have his own.
Yeah.
And now, just because you already had a name, and you're into disc golf, you get a signature disc.
Yeah.
Right? So I see it that way.
Yeah.
I want to grow the game. I like that. On the other hand, if you're going to give those people discs, if you're going to give, Bill Kreischer and Bert Nye, Bert Kreischer and Bill Nye, signature discs, I think it disenfranchises the people that have been fighting for that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that aspect of it. I think, I do think at the end of the day it's a business thing, though, and
it is.
Bill Nye will never have the Athena. That's a disc that was made specifically for Paul McBeth. His specific line of discs. These celebrities aren't getting their own molds, their own lines for them. They're just getting.
But most pros aren't either.
Their face put.
Most pros, it's like
the biggest pros.
Discraft literally has a line where their face is on the disc this year.
Yeah, but most pros, it's all right, Macbeth, he gets a few he made this disc, right? But you look at all the other greats. Gannon has never made a mold.
I think there's a Cloudbreaker that he designed.
Okay, true, but where'd the Cloudbreaker come from?
Eagle.
It was Eagle.
Which was a DD3.
Right?
Yeah.
They just renamed it.
Yeah.
Right? Ricky, he had the Saki Bomb Slammer, he had the Saki Bomb, but
He's
come
got
on.
the new line.
Discraft's really good about giving.
But those were molds already, mostly.
Holix is a new
No,
mold.
he just...
Calvin never got his own mold.
Calvin guy's a Calvin Aviar.
Yeah,
but is it different than a regular AVR?
It is different than a regular
How
AVR.
is it
It
different?
feels
Different.
terrible. No, it's super deep. I can't remember if it's beat it or not, but it
Yeah,
feels.
it sucks.
I have little
There
hands.
are like
feels terrible.
Simon has
Some
his
people like
lines
that.
of discs. He has the
Simon helped design the Bokeh, if I'm not mistaken, the time lapse.
yeah.
there's a couple
EMAC
for
is
sure.
a great example for
EMAC
dynamic.
Okay, I will give you that EMAC and Macbeth are outliers. Otherwise,
No, because
it is retools of existing discs, or it's discs.
That's what EMAC was. EMAC Truth was a retooled Truth. EMAC.
They
does
could have
agree-
named that something
All
different.
they did was put a bead on it.
That makes it different. That's different.
Yes,
disc.
but besides him and Macbeth, like Heimberg and
Climo,
Eagle and
KC AVR, Yeti Pro
Well,
AVR.
Climo's like so old that it's it's
Climo was the GOAT before Macbeth. He could go into any company and be like, I want this, and they'd be like, yes, sir, and bow down to him. Like,
Discraft still does that.
And you see that
yeah,
with,
because they have Macbeth.
No, I mean,
former
Discraft does
pros
that to
now.
Climo. Climo's
They're
got his
getting
own
their
line.
own companies as well, like
Are they
Climo
really?
Discs.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Stokely,
No,
Stokely. It's Stokely.
It's Scott Stokely.
Scott Stokely. I don't know why I said Eric.
Anyway, what I'm saying is you have to be the elite of the
No, I
elite to get something that is molded to exactly what you want.
Well-
And the only reason that those companies do it is because they know if they throw some top 10 in the world player's name on it, that they'll sell a crap ton of discs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the more we talk about this, the more I'm disagreeing with you. Like, I want to grow the sport.
But
That's a good thing. I want these companies to make money
Yeah.
because that grows the sport.
yeah.
If you want a signature disc, put in the work.
Is there?
Otherwise,
playing devil's advocate.
otherwise, sign a deal with the company and promote the company
I think.
and let them make money off of that.
I think as
But
the sport
I don't
goes
think
as well.
if you're, and I'm a Burt Kreischer fan.
Yeah.
Like comedy wise, I don't think you get your own signature disc.
I agree
Let
with
the
you,
guys that put in the work get the disc.
but at the same time, I think it's like we've said a million times. It's still a smaller sport, and I think as the sport gets bigger, as it grows, there will be less. You'll see less of that. Like with golf, you're not seeing so many celebrity,
Clubs.
putters or clubs.
It's because the celebrities don't get that because they're not at that level.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Like-
harder, but I'm sure early on there was that kind of thing. I'm sure.
Hey,
No.
let me tell you though.
Kevin Hart got into golf recently. He
caddied at the Masters.
He was Bryson's caddy on the par 3 course. He did a video with Bryson. He doesn't have his own irons now.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
you have to be Rory or Scotty or Bryson or one of these top level guys to not be.
They're
Like,
just, I
obviously
don't
it's all
feel
custom,
like they're
but-
as ingrained into the sport, at least on like a marketing level, as these guys are that are getting their discs.
Is Bill Nye ingrained into the sport?
I've seen him do a couple
Big science
videos.
guy.
I've
Disc
seen him
golf and
do.
science is pretty.
Okay,
Well,
but
I don't know
golf
if
and
that's-
science too.
I don't know if that's
Bryson
really what it
called,
is.
Bryson DeChambeau is called the scientist. The only reason he has his own he has his own irons to that level is because he's the psychopath.
Well, I
when
think
it comes to equipment.
I think like these like Bill Nye or Bert, they're going out and they're doing a lot of disc golf talk shows.
But
or
now
they're
some of
going
that,
on.
So there's a
channels.
clip going around right now of Burt Kreischer, because that's part of it too, is right. You have these people who talk about disc golf. Like Innova specifically has like a celebrity ambassador team, and Burt Kreischer, he's talking about disc golf, and he's all like, "Dude, you know why I love disc golf? Because you can go out, you can smoke weed, get a bunch of drinks, and just do whatever you want." And is that like positive? Is that how we want our sport to be portrayed?
Unfortunately, that's
part of what I'm going to.
I guess, depending on how you look at it, unfortunately or fortunately, that's just where the sport has come from, though.
Yeah.
And I think
Well,
that
because imagine this. Let's say two different kids, two different high schools, whatever. They pick up their first disc.
yeah,
One's a Burt Kreischer zone. That kind of sets the attitude of what disc golf is for them.
I think-
one picks up a Paul Macbeth 6 claw, and then they look into Paul Macbeth, and Paul Macbeth is a very he holds himself very high, very professional.
your average high school boy
Is probably
Is-
smoking weed anyway.
probably gonna know Bert before they know disc golf.
That's what
I
I'm
think.
saying.
I would agree there.
That's what I'm
I'll
saying
give
though. But
that.
if you pick up the Paul Macbeth disc, well, your like ideology of what disc golf is a little bit more like, no, Paul Macbeth holds himself to standards. This really competitive thing. Where if you pick up, which I'm not saying is not a bad thing. I'm just putting thoughts out. You pick up a Burt Kreischer disc where he's like, dude, Burt Kreischer plays this sport. Like I've seen clips of Burt Kreischer. I want to do this if Burt Kreischer's doing this.
Also, his disc is like not a
No, he has a couple of like buzzes.
He's
Does
got a
he?
couple,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he does have
I
buzzes.
think
I was
Discraft,
thinking-
anytime they get a celebrity, they almost always get a buzz.
I
Yeah.
think, which terrible disc to give people.
Buzz?
Yeah, I hate the buzz.
He's a buzz hater.
I'm a buzz hater.
I don't even like the buzz, but I can't say it's a terrible disc.
It feels like I would rather throw a rock. Like it feels
An
just
actual rock or a rock?
A rock
like
disc?
like a just like a rock, metamorphic or
An
the ones that
igneous.
come to, yeah. Thank you. I don't know the names of rocks.
Briar's
but
our
like-
rock guy.
But no, it
And
feels
Ethan's our rock.
yeah
without the
rock
camera.
3. It feels terrible in the hand. Anyway, I think that comes a little more down to the person picking up the disc
Yeah.
No, that's
than
fair.
the person whose name is on the disc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, I've been a Burt Kreischer fan for a while. I'm not hating on him. Like, I love his comedy. Like, I think he's hilarious. If I had picked up disc golf and my first disc was that versus the EMAC Truth,
Yeah.
that was my first disc.
Mhm.
I don't know how much differently I would have seen it. Because I think it comes down to the person. Like, it's the archer, not the arrow, if that makes sense.
It was just a thought I was throwing.
I mean, even is it Austin Turner uses the Zin can as his mini, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that before.
Do we think that that's negatively influenced
That's
the
what I'm
sport?
saying. That's up to me. That's about the same level.
I mean, there was a video at the Masters of some guy was taking too long in the 7th hole fairway, and Ludwig Oberg popped a Zin, and Siwoo Kim was in the woods ripping cigarettes. Like, I don't think that, and those are two very popular golfers. I don't think that the name attached to the disc, other than sales, influences things very much.
Yeah. I'll say this, and this I think is a good wrap up thought. I don't mind celebrities being on discs, and that's kind of what I'm hearing from y'all as well. But it does suck that like Innova signed players, like MJ Gager is a good one right now because she's like 16, somewhere between 15, 18 years old. I think she's gotten a top 10 this year.
Yeah,
and she signed with Innova, but she does not have a signature. Now she's got discs that like Jaden, like they were shipped to her, she can sell as like signature disc. But Innova like made a Facebook post about like DeAnthony Thomas Halo Race. These are so cool. Like come and get one. And players like MJ Gager, who's probably spent her entire life trying to play disc golf, like trying to get good at this, doesn't have a signature disc. And I think that could suck.
It's
But
I think it's just a popularity thing. I think
It is.
the companies
It is.
believe
Because
that these
it makes
celebrities
because
It
the
makes
Anthony
money.
Thomas
Are more
Rays
popular.
will probably sell more than whatever MJ Gager's signature disc is.
even
And to go back to DGA real quick, it took Eliezra, I can't pronounce her last name, apologies.
Mittling?
Middling, something
Something
like
like
that. I know it starts with an M.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce her last name. It took her grinding and getting all the way to to being one of the biggest long drivers in the women's category to even get a deal in the first place.
Yeah.
And now she's finally got a deal that she's had for a few years.
Yep.
And now people that have put in just as much time, just as much effort, who have just as much talent, I feel like are getting kind of disenfranchised in a way.
For sure.
Like their time and effort and money and talent is in a way being thrown away because this person already has a name.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to Kevin Hart does not have a signature Scotty Cameron Circle T puck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have like Rory has Roar's prototype irons.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his own irons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A big name I don't think should automatically give you exactly what you want.
No, I'd agree.
That being said,
in an ideal world,
It
yes.
will continue to be that way because it makes money.
And until the sport gets bigger and better players are more popular and more desirable to sell discs, then celebrities will continue to see that. And I think that's you see that even within these larger sports like I guess I'm a big basketball guy, so I'll use basketball example. Not every basketball player has their own signature shoe, despite how hard they've all worked to get there. Even some guys at the top of the league don't have their own shoes.
But Adam Sandler is a huge basketball guy, and he doesn't have his own.
And
shoe.
he doesn't have his own shoe. So you're
So why
seeing
should it be that way?
only the most popular players
Dude,
get a signature shoe.
I would rock the heck out of some whatever Adam Sandler shoe.
And that's my point. That's my point. The reason they're doing this is because it's gonna sell, but not because it's good.
But that's my
But
thing with guys
anyways-
like DeAnthony Thomas. How well are DeAnthony Thomas Halo rates really gonna sell?
The people that have ball knowledge.
I want one. I want one.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
have
I think
ball
they're going to sell.
knowledge.
I think they are going to sell.
I throw wraiths. I'll probably buy
But
one anyway.
I think-
I'm gonna go against my own point, and I'll probably buy one. But
My point being, it's just that I don't think skill earns you your name on a disc. I think popularity does.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same way with basketball. I think it's not how skillful you are, it's how popular you are. And that's why the most popular basketball players of all time, Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron, their shoes sell the best, and they have the most shoe lines. They have the, Jordan 40. It's
they're
like
in the 30s.
yes.
Alrighty. So speaking of these personalities and stuff, we're going to talk about personalities ratings. So obviously after I saw these celebrities that had disc golf signature discs, I was like, okay, do they have PDGA numbers? What were their ratings? So all these are based off of before today, because there was an update today, what these celebrities' PDGA ratings are. And there's
I'm excited.
I have 4. I'm going to give each of y'all 2, and there's going to be a 5th tiebreaker to see who can guess closest.
Okay.
But it's a one or the other. So, Ethan, I'm going to ask you a player and another player, and you're going to tell me who has the higher rating. Okay? Who has the higher rating?
Okay.
Connor Kennedy, Connor from Foundation, or Breyer?
Me?
Yes, you.
I've watched a lot of Foundation. I've watched a lot of you, Breyer. I've played a lot of rounds with you.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, you give me the same vibe. Like, I feel like I would vibe with on a round with Connor.
The same way we vibe
The
with
same
Brian.
way I vibe on a round with you. Meaning I would have a blast.
Yeah.
I think because Connor plays more, that's part of his job, I'm going to go Connor.
Okay. So, Connor has been rated for a couple years now, and his last rating was 816.
Okay.
Breyer's he's expired, so his last rating is
yeah.
835.
Really?
Dude.
And Connor has a signature disc. Now, it's through Foundation, and he's a personality, but...
Breyer, I apologize. I was unfamiliar with your game. I was just talking about having played with you, having seen him. I thought he played more, so I thought he would
Which he doesn't have a PDGA
I have
rating,
no
so
doubt
there's
he's
that.
probably still better than me.
I'd rather have Connor on my doubles team. For you, Breyer, who's rated higher?
Okay.
Ben Askren
Yeah.
or Hunter Thomas from Foundation?
I think Hunter, for sure. I don't think Ben... I think he actually probably does have a higher rating than we'd suspect.
I think Ben's an athlete, though.
He is, but I don't think he's got it there. I think Hunter takes this one.
Ben Askren is the higher rated player, and I'm not going to tell you his rating yet because your next question is going to be about him too.
Athleticism translates.
Who is a higher rated player? Dylan Cease, the pitcher, or me?
No offense, Zach. I've seen Dylan Cease play. I've seen him pitch. He's one of the best pitchers in a generation. If nothing else, the forehand, the accuracy have to translate. No offense, I'm going Dylan Cease.
I get it. I am the higher rated player.
Really?
I
Congrats.
am currently 916, which I've been up to 950, but that's another story. Dylan Cease is 876.
Really?
Was his last rating? Yes.
I thought he would be higher.
I thought he'd be higher too. To be honest
I
with
mean,
you.
Aaron Gossage, Dylan Cease, I believe Trevor Bauer plays too. Baseball guys, it tends to translate.
It usually does. Breyer, for you to take the lead.
I'm
Ben-
over two.
With one.
I'm over two.
Who is the higher rated player? Ben Askren or Trevor Staub from Foundation?
I'm going to go Ben Askren. Yeah, I think he's actually pretty high rated.
Trevor Staub is the higher rated
Dude,
player.
I suck.
Right.
For context-
tiebreaker, we're both terrible.
For context, Trevor Staub is 974, his last rating.
Dude, I thought he was a little lower
Ben
than that.
Askren's last rating was 969.
I figured
what's
it was.
Hunter?
I thought it was lower.
Hunter
than
is
nines.
937. Now, he's usually a 970 player, but the last time he had his rating, he played like a really bad tournament. I think.
I was gonna say because I feel like
He's
Hunter
better than
is
937.
better than Trevor.
I think Trevor's better, but that's just my
Really,
do think
I
Trevor's
like
better.
Trevor. Like mostly,
He won the monthly matches last year.
That's true. Just vibes wise, I'm more of a Trevor than a Hunter guy, but I feel like Hunter's a better player.
Okay, so the tiebreakers, since y'all both scored 0.
Oh
we
my
both
God.
suck.
I have the Anthony Thomases, who currently plays disc golf. His rating just updated, but I don't have the updated one. We're going to do the one before the update. Don't you look it up, boy.
Okay.
Whoever is closer to his rating will win. The Anthony Thomas. Ethan, you'll go first.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I was gonna say, would you like to go first? You want me to? Again, I'm gonna go on the basis of athleticism translates. Right? I don't necessarily think he's above 900, but I think he's close.
Okay.
I'm going to go 896.
Dude,
896.
That's so close to what I was gonna
Okay,
go.
where are you going to guess?
Initially, I was on the same track. Oh, I think very high 800s. But the more I kind of thought about it, I'm like, maybe he's a little bit better than that. I'm going to give him into the 900s. I'm going to give him 923.
Okay. The Anthony Thomas's rating before today was 849. Now, boom! Congrats, DeAnthony, because DeAnthony went up these like 20, it was either 21 or 29 points this last update.
Dude.
Which still puts your close guesser because you guessed higher.
I guess he's
But
not a baseball guy. Baseball guys, I feel like, always translate
he's a
better.
track He was really a track guy in my head.
Yeah.
Obviously, he did football, but very, very fast. I wonder how quickly he gets his rounds done, you know?
Okay, hear me out. I think if he keeps playing and like he wanted to try to make a career out of it, just the fast twitch muscle fiber.
You got Taylor Chosek.
The way that the man could move.
Yeah.
I feel like if he grinds, like just being that level of athlete,
Yeah.
he could.
Yeah, well, Taylor Chosek is a former Oregon track and field athlete, and she's gotten in the top 15 this year.
Yeah.
And she throws very far, especially for the FBO field.
Track athletes are just freaks of nature too.
So standings from last week's picks, I am currently in last with 7. Braden scored 15, and Breyer's in the lead on the back of Niklas with 16.
And
you're going to take the place of Braden this week,
Okay.
kind of our third guest.
And if you didn't catch
I
last
should've
week's
prepped more.
episode, he's talking about our. We each
Who I'm
picked
about to
3
pick.
players for this the Champions Cup, and if
They get first, it's
Yeah.
10 points. If they get 10th, it's 1 point, and so on and so forth, kind of in between.
yes,
Um,
Zach picked Ricky Wysocki, Ezra Robinson, and Austin Turner.
Which
Which-
sold on me.
Obviously, Ricky did.
Ricky did great.
Ricky
He did well,
great.
but not as well as
24.
Gannon, who Braden picked, or Niklas, that Breyer picked.
Yes. Braden picked Gannon, who obviously got second. Paul Macbeth DNF'd, and then he had Calvin Heimberg as well, who did good. He did well,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
and then you had Niklas and Isaac Robinson,
yes.
who wasn't supposed to do well.
I had Isaac Robinson, Sullivan Tipton, and Niklas.
Before we make our picks, though, kind of just what are our thoughts going into Jonesboro?
Well, it's nice to see it back on tour. Obviously, last year
Yeah.
they
I love
didn't
Arkansas.
include it.
Arkansas, like land and stuff. Like I was even watching Goose's and Ezra's preview video today, and I love the way Arkansas.
This
looks
is one of the destinations that I really enjoy.
as well. As
As
you
well.
said. I just heard what you said.
Yeah. As well, Wobinson.
Ezra Robinson. That's what Adelhold.
I think that this is going to be one of the more open courses that we've played, I think, so far.
Yeah, oh, by far,
Yeah.
so far.
So it'll be interesting to see how this, how the placements are this week. This obviously, maybe we're going to see some different people leading, maybe not, Obviously, AB just had a pretty good tournament, and he's got quite the arm, and he won in 2024, so this is a course that he's familiar with doing well at.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of interested to see him this upcoming.
AB will definitely be one to watch out for.
Yeah.
Just because he's finally played a good tournament.
I think on a more open course, Gossage will kind of finally start to find himself
Well,
too.
he's been good,
Because he's been
fallen off these last 2
He's
weeks.
been good, but not great.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about earlier, it's been a lot of wooded courses early.
Yeah.
I think for a bomber guy that has a little more leeway,
Yeah.
he'll kind of find himself.
Yeah.
And when it was an A tier last year, Gossage did place second.
Yeah.
So he did pretty well. He scored through 2 rounds. He scored 27 down.
Jeez.
And the
Forget how much people tear this course up.
Yep.
yeah, and then in 2024 when AB won it through 3 rounds, he scored 24 down.
I wonder if they make that OB harder for the Pro Tour than for the A tier.
I guarantee you, there's
Probably.
probably some different shapes on the course
Yeah.
out there. Yeah.
No, but anybody? You said AB is kind of your player to watch out for Goose.
I'm going Goose.
I don't know if I really have a player to watch out for. I mean, in my mind, it's Gannon and Gannon only. And
Well,
I said the
is-
same thing last week. And I would love to have a name that's
oh,
like.
what a crazy take!
I haven't checked, but is Ezra playing this one Aderhold? He's
I-
kind of been
I
out
don't
of
know.
the spotlight for a while, but
he
this
is.
could be a chance for him to kind of come
Yeah,
back.
I
That's
can
it.
see that.
I'll be interested in how is Niklas playing this event.
Let me see.
If Niklas is playing this event, I'll be interested to see how he plays.
He is.
Especially coming off the
coming
back
off
of
the
that
Just
win.
coming off of a major. Yeah, I mean, Niklas has always kind of been one of the top guys, as much as I don't like to admit it. I'm not like a Niklas hater, just Breyer really likes Niklas, which means I like have to be indifferent about him.
Yeah.
But I really am excited. Maybe he can kind of put himself into that category with Gannon and Ricky right now.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a great player. I think he's good on tour. He's been great these
Yeah.
last couple
Yeah.
years, even maybe top 10 guy. I'm not 100%, but top 10 guy on tour probably.
I mean, he's up to 4th right now, coming off the back of that major when it comes to DGPT points.
Yeah.
Which he was playing poorly his first 2 events of the year,
Yeah.
but obviously taking a win in a major is gonna shoot you way up in the rankings. He's up 20 in the rankings.
Yeah.
Off the back of that major.
and I mean, we've
Um,
had less Texas events this year, and
And he's
obviously,
the Finnish cowboy.
yeah, Niklas is a Texas guy. He
Yeah,
always
so
does well in
sad.
those events.
There's
so.
no Texas events this year because Waco is a Joe Med series.
There's one, I thought.
Oh, Austin. You're right. There is the Austin Open. Austin Open will be good. But we'll get there when we get there,
Yeah.
when Niklas wins it.
Hopefully, we'll get a couple more on tour these next coming seasons.
I'm thinking for picks, the guy in last gets to pick first. Is that a pretty fair?
Yeah, let's go. Go ahead.
And we
you
go
get it.
Snake. So
Okay.
And then Breyer will pick twice. So it'll be me, Ethan, Breyer, and then back. I'm going to go Gannon Burr. Crazy.
Oh,
Wild.
What
Wow.
a pick.
So
What a
wild.
pick.
So crazy.
I'm gonna go with my initial pick. I'll take Goose.
Really? A lot of good guys out there.
I think on a bomber
I think you could
course,
have got Goose later, is what I'm trying to say.
yes, but I think on a bomber course, it's where he thrives. I think he's going to do well.
Okay.
As much as we've been talking up AB, I don't think I'm going to take him. I think I'm going to go. Well, actually, I have 2 picks here,
Two
so
picks.
I
You
will
have two.
go ahead and take AB,
Okay.
and I'll take Ricky.
Okay.
That was going to be
Hang
my
on, I
second
wanted
pick.
Ricky. See, I actually didn't pick Ricky. Oh, no. We're going to lose.
I think... Ooh, I'm between a couple of guys here. Oh, man, this is tough. Because I'm between a couple of guys. I'm kind of between... Really, it's a 3-way
Mhm.
tie with guys that I'm between. Because I want to take Ezra. I want to take Isaac Robinson, even though he's not as big of an arm. He's just
Yeah.
so consistent.
Is Niklas playing?
And
Yes.
I mean, you can never count out Calvin.
Yeah. Oh.
He's been
I forgot.
a
He did pretty good.
He
2024,
hasn't been at the top of his game,
Yeah.
but he's always close.
He was
Yeah.
top 10 this
He's-
last
He finally
tournament.
did. Yeah.
He's always consistently top 25. It's when is he gonna break through?
Yeah.
And I think being that kind of B+ at everything, he's been on the rise. I'm talking myself into this because he was my 3rd place of the 3, but I think the more that I think about it, I want to take Calvin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good pick, I
as,
think.
As much as it pains me, I am going to take Niklas. I think he could. I think he's having a good tournament.
If you were to
Breyer's
take it, I
about to
was
cry.
going to take it.
I know. That's really why I'm taking him, is so that you don't get Ricky, Niklas, and AB.
I was going to take him, for sure.
And then for my last pick, he national champion now. Just came off of a 7 down through 9. I'm gonna take Jaden Rye.
Go ahead. Get you some Jaden Rye.
That may just be because we talked to him and because I absolutely love the guy. But I think Jaden Rye.
To have his strategy. Really
I think he can get a top 10 this week. I think this course kind of lays out for him, and he's a win guy, that sold me.
Did you make 3 picks, Ethan? Who was your?
No, he's only made 2 picks.
Okay.
This is y'all's third pick.
Because it went to you. You got 2, and then Zach was last, so he gets 2.
Right.
And so I get my last one, which means I've still got Isaac and Ezra on the board.
Yeah.
Ezra's probably a good pick.
He's gonna take Robinson.
Kind of. But I'm also a really big Ezra fan.
How do you take Isaac? How do you not take Isaac Robinson over Ezra Hold any?
If you don't take him, I'm taking him.
That's true.
Go ahead and take him, because I have another guy in mind.
Y'all are right, but it's entirely a bias pick if I were to take Ezra.
No,
because
do you want to know where Isaac placed in
his
2024?
personality is great. I love his YouTube channel, all of that. But
10.
The
10? It's a top 15.
The correct choice
That's
is the correct choice is Isaac Robinson.
Okay, Isaac Robinson. I'm gonna go. He hasn't had the hottest season.
You said Greg Barsby?
I should have taken Barsby.
I don't think he's playing. I think he's still hurt.
If we're going with the Homer picks, with you taking Jaden, I should have taken Barsby.
He hasn't had the hottest season, but I think he has potential to turn up here. I'm gonna go Simon Lizotte. I think he's gonna have
I love that pick. I really
awesome.
love that pick. All right, so picks all the way through.
Yeah, read them out for us.
Yes, so I have picked Ricky, Anthony Varela, Simon Lizotte.
We're getting smacked.
Ethan,
Yeah, we're cooked.
Aaron Gossage, Calvin Heimberg, Isaac Robinson.
I don't hate that.
Zach Gannon, Niklas, and Jaden Rye.
I think you have the best individual pick with
Yeah.
Gannon because
Gannon,
duh.
Yeah.
But I think Breyer's team is the strongest.
I'm going to be
here.
upset if Breyer wins this. I'm not going to lie. If he wins the whole series. Well, that's it. That's everything we got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining and listening, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Actually, another part of our outro here. Go ahead and wherever you're listening to us, whether it be Spotify or YouTube, you can find us either of those places. We're working on getting into Apple Podcasts pretty soon, so you can catch us there coming up.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, leave us a comment.
The whole stereotypical YouTube outro.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is Triple Bogey Podcast. Peace out.